USC as Waymond Jordan is returning next season for USC. A lot of good news there as Waymond Jordan comes back, especially with King Miller coming back, most likely. I don't see why he would leave. He got his chance, walk on there, and everything to stay. But he's going to come back this year, and he was really, really good for USC before he got injured. Eli Sanders got injured as well. King Miller stepped up. I think this could be a sneaky one of the best duo running backs in the Big Ten next year, Zach. I think Waymond Jordan was really, really impressive. Obviously, we were high on him coming out of JUCO to the Big Ten with his yards per carry and stuff like that. He did everything he needed to do to produce at USC. Just had that injury, and unfortunately, his season got cut short. But he had a really good year, and I think this is going to continue to be good for USC. And I think it's going to continue to give Lincoln Riley confidence that he doesn't have to put everything on Jada Mayava, especially with losing really good receivers like Makai Lemon this next year, and I believe Jacobe Lane is moving on as well. I don't think he has any more eligibility left. I'll double check that, but I mean, I think this is huge for USC to have two guys in the backfield they know they can rely on next season, as they're losing two guys, that wide receiver that they relied on all season to make that happen. Zach, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of took the words right out of my mouth because Jaden Mayava has been great in the passing game, and King Miller was a welcome surprise. But this is supposed to be Waymond Jordan's job, right? Him and Eli Sanders, and they both get hurt. You know, what's the old adage in the Big Ten? You need a pair and a spare. Well, they didn't really have a pair and a spare after the Michigan game, so to have a fully stocked backfield again. And I think where you can rely on both these guys. I mean, both of them over 6.5 yards per carry. Now, granted, Waymond Jordan didn't play a lot of stiff competition because his last game, I believe, was against Michigan. But if he's there with King Miller, you really have more options where you can run, you can really pound the rock, you can do some stuff out of the backfield, and you give that receiver room time to gel with their quarterback. It's great. I think it's a great pickup. You know, again, Waymond Jordan was very good for the Trojans in the games that he played. And, you know, I think it was 576 yards, 88 carries. So 6.5 yards per carry, 5 touchdowns. That's in 6 games. So he's averaging 96 yards per game on the ground. So really, really good player. And I agree with you. I think it would help. It would really help USC, especially as they transition, hopefully, to that upper echelon, to have a sturdy running game that they can depend on, especially as they need to grind out games.
Yeah, could not agree more. I will say on Jacoby Lane, I was halfway right on that. So he is a junior, and he is going to most likely leave, but there is a possibility he could come back because he was getting like first round love in September, October, and a little bit into November, but really ever since like midway through November, he's not really getting as much first round love. So probably a day 2 pick. We'll see, kind of in that Denzel Boston area a little bit. I think Denzel Boston might be thought of a little bit more, but we'll have to see what happens and what his decision might be. So he can come back, but I would say a guy that's projected that high most likely is leaving, but we'll see. Yeah, no, I totally agree with you on USC, Waymond Jordan, everything. I can't think of off the top of my head a better running back duo that's coming back next year. Maybe Bo Jackson and Isaiah West for Ohio State, but they were still young, and we really didn't see a whole lot of Isaiah West this year. Penn State's losing both their running backs. UCLA, who knows? You know, Wisconsin, they're going to bring back some of their young guys
Is
most likely, but they weren't anything spectacular.
is Michigan? I mean, Justice Haynes, is he gone or is he back?
I would assume Justice Haynes is gone. I
Okay.
mean, well, no, we don't know for sure, but I would assume he's gone. Jordan Marshall, he'll be there, but who knows who his running mate is back there. Iowa is going to have good running backs as usual. Jason's saying in the chat that it sounds like Aiden Lawfrey um, for Illinois could go to Iowa. I like Aiden Lawfrey, but I don't think Aiden Lawfrey this season was on Waymond Jordan or King Miller's level personally. Doesn't mean he couldn't be next season. Um, and I'm trying to think if is there anybody else that I'm missing duo wise. I mean, Minnesota, if Darius Taylor comes back and they get somebody good, but we don't know if Darius Taylor's going to come back or not. You're muted, Zach.
Yeah, I don't know about. I am just going back to Michigan real quick. It does seem like they are working to retain Justice Haynes, but that article was written by Mason Brew before everything went down with Sharon Moore. So at least before the firing, there was a lot of thought that Haynes would actually be back next year.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if that's the case, then yeah, that's definitely one that's going to rival them for sure with Justice Haynes and Jordan Marshall. But we'll have to see. So, any other thoughts on this USC duo here, Zach?
I mean, I'll just say this: it's positioning them to make a playoff run next year. I mean, it's not the only piece that they need. They obviously need some of their young receivers to step up, maybe get a receiver in the transfer portal. But I really like, we've been saying it, like we didn't love where USC was as a program when they came into the Big Ten. Everybody thought we were crazy, and then they went 7-6. But we have both been on the train saying we think USC is positioned to grow and improve. Part of that's been the defense under Danton Lynn. But I think Lincoln Riley is learning how to be a coach in the Big Ten as well. And so this is a big piece of that, is learning to really trust your running game and to be physical. So I really like that Waymond Jordan's coming back. I think it's huge.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.